Morning guys, and welcome back to another vlog. And so I've been up for probably about 40 minutes to an hour, just been resting myself and getting ready to go for a run. I'm going to go for quite a long run. I don't know how long, but I'm going to try and aim to at least hit 6 miles today again. So I'm going to go out and try and do that, and I'll catch you when I get back. Hopefully I can hit it as soon as I can. I'm back. I've done 6.6 miles altogether, and it was a alright run. I had to keep stopping on the side of the road because of cars, and there was no path to run on. So yeah, it was a little bit slower than I usually do, but then I also kicked back my pace a little bit so I could keep going for a lot longer and not worry about it, which is why I'm a lot more calm and not out of breath at the moment. So it's quite good. So hopefully it'll carry on like that, and eventually I'll be able to hit 10, but I just want to stick at 6 at the moment and just keep going till I'm really comfortable with 6, well 6/7, and then carry on till I get to 10. So we'll see what happens, but I'm gonna eat something and get on with a little bit of work, so I'll catch you in a second. Now it's time to start getting ready to go out to the show. I've got to get the vlog up before I go, because I'll be late back. Hopefully everything goes well. But yeah, gonna rush around, try and get everything done, and then I'll go catch the train up to Horsham and then go see the show. So I'll catch back with you guys just before I leave. See you in a sec. Well, now I'm going on my way to catch the train. This could be interesting. Hopefully they don't cancel the train. If they do, I'm screwed. So I'm hoping it all goes well. So I'm gonna head down now and hopefully catch this train. So I'll see you when I get to the train station, hopefully. Okay, so waiting for the train right now. It's apparently going to be here in less than a minute, so that's going to be good. Yeah, it's going to be nice to actually go and see something different. It's a comedy show. My flatmate's starring it, and he's sorted it all out. But it's going to be quite an interesting show, I would imagine. So I'll be able to see what it's like. I've heard a lot of his jokes, so it might be some of the same stuff. But I'll try and record some for you guys as well. The sun's really catching me in the eyes, but yeah. It should be here in a minute, so I'll be on my way to Horsham, and then I'll have probably about 8 minutes to get to the show, but it doesn't matter. So I'll catch you when I'm back in Horsham. So we're in Horsham now. It's been the longest. This is the longest it's been since I've been in Horsham. I think it's been a good couple of months since I've actually been in Horsham. It used to come down here every week, so I'm still hoping to find where I'm going, but I'm not 100% sure yet. So hopefully I get there soon, or I'm gonna be late. So let's see if I can find it.
Something happened on the day he died. Spirit rose a meter and stepped aside. Somebody else took his place and bravely cried, I'm a black star, I'm a black star. How many times does an angel fall? How many people lie instead of talking tall? He trod on sacred ground, he cried, laughed into the crowd. I'm a black star, I'm a black star, I'm not a gangster. I can't answer why, just go with me. I'ma take you home, take your passport and shoes, and your sedatives and booze. You're a flash in the pan, I'm the great I am. I'm a black star, way up on money, I've got game. I see right so wide, so open-hearted pain. I want eagles in my daydreams, diamonds in my eyes. Something happened on the day he died. Spirit rose and the urn stepped aside. Somebody else took his place and bravely cried. I can't answer why, but I can tell you how. We were born upside down, born the wrong way round. Nice to start with a jolly song, isn't it? In the villa of Ornament stands a solitary candle. At the center of it all, your eyes. On the day of execution, only women kneel and smile. Thank you very much. Wanted to do that for the legendary David Bowie. So, I don't know, I know some of you here, I know some of my friends in the audience tonight came to a charity show I did earlier this year, but we're actually doing a tour later this year, raising money for Macmillan, so if any of you can make it, that'd be lovely. We're all up for a bit of a laugh tonight. Yeah! Well, that's good. Otherwise it would be a bit of a shit evening, wouldn't it? I just want to come amongst you all. Hello. You've got those tattoos. I was going to get my palm tattooed once, on the other hand I might not bother. What have we got? Hello. Hello. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was sort of spread it out. Does anyone want to move? If you want to move further down the front, just because it makes it easier if we want to communicate with you. We won't take the piss out of you, I promise. Well, out of you we will, because you're a twat, but... The fucking facial hair! Looks like you put Pritt stick on your face and gone down on Susan Boyle. Fucking hell. Or has that come from you? Well, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do, the format for tonight, you've all come to see the Pandemonium show, but before I start that, I've got a support act this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Some of you, who's seen me before? Yeah? Who are you? Oh, well, cheers, thanks for the clap. Who hasn't seen me before? You lot sound happier, actually. I'm a bit worried there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that see me, you might have seen Jo Public. She's going to come and entertain you for about half an hour, then we're going to have an interval so you can get a bit more pissed, and then you'll laugh more. It's a general idea. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to invite on stage now a good friend of mine to entertain you, and I shall see you in Act 2. Please give a huge, big warm welcome. Well, fucking hell, I've not even had any alcohol yet. She likes a warm hand on her entrance, ladies and gentlemen. And she's got a guitar here so she can come and strum one out. Nice, oh, there you are. Coming through the curtains already. Innuendos everywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, the fantastic Joe Public!
Oh, hello everybody. Hello, hello, hello. It's lovely to be here supporting my lovely, marvellous friend Stephen. I know most of you know Stephen, don't you? Do you all know Stephen? Yeah. He's lovely, isn't he? But he really hasn't got the hang of this comedy shit, has he? What the fuck was that? Because obviously nothing warms up a comedy crowd more than a miserable song about death, sung by a man who's dying. So thank you, Stephen, that's great, because everybody's just wetting themselves now with excitement. That's brilliant, thanks. Alright, who's drinking? It's Friday night. Anyone drinking? Yes! Good. Anyone tempted to get pissed? Yeah. My people. Anyone can see themselves by the end of the night doing shots o'clock? Yes! That's it, high fives, my definite people, yes. No shots of cock. No, that's Stephen, you're getting us confused. You're getting us confused. That's not my cup of tea at all, we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about it all, but no, not for now, no shots of cock for me, thanks. Shots of clock is what I was saying there, because it's never good to do shots on your own, so that's brilliant, excellent. Shots of cock. Right, so, you're doing your own jokes, this is great. To be honest, I haven't slept, so I haven't got a fucking clue what's going on. What was that little joke that somebody said there?
So I'm still hearing shots of cock.
Yes, I bet you are, I can tell that you're that kind of guy. Gay dial's working very well. So you all up for a shit song, everybody? Yeah! Brilliant. We're going to do it's called Plastic Surgery. Now, you up for a little bit joining in, Horsham? Yeah! Of course you are. It's very simple. Okay then, let's do it. It's called Plastic Surgery. For the voice. And I've had flu and chest infection whilst at a festival last weekend, so my voice sounds really bad tonight. Usually I do go into a lot of training, smoke 40 fags a day and drink a lot. But now it's particularly good. So, here we go. Oh, when I was young, I didn't have a fat bum, and my thighs were a normal size. I had a waist that went in, even though it wasn't thin, and my tits could have won a prize. They really could, actually. Even that could be a model on page 3, and 4, 5. But those days are gone, I can never wear a thong. And I ain't seen my fanny since 1991. Yes, that is the bit, the reason why I'm carrying on doing this song, because I still can't see it. And when I do, then I'll stop. But yeah, it is a bit of a worry, actually. I haven't got a fucking clue what's going on down there. But I don't need to worry, it's not all bad, it's not all bad. I have got a little Brazilian down there. His name's Miguel. And he's very handy with a strimmer. But I do think even with Miguel's help, the closest I'm going to get to a vajazzlement is if I get him to rig me up some fairy lights down there. But I think it'd look nice, especially at Christmas, don't you? Anyway, things have changed, now my body's rearranged. Me and my bikini have become estranged. Right, big bit for you now. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Woe is me. Brilliant. Plastic surgery may be the only answer for me. I ain't got the money, so it's just not funny. I ain't got the money, so it's just not funny for me. Second verse now, a different way, just because I can. Let's do it. I need my tits stitched up and my tummy tucked. I need the fat sucked out of my bum. Liposuction. I need liposuction on my bum. I need my face pulled back to cover up the cracks. I need the skin stretched tight as a drum. Rum pum, tiddly pum. I need my skin stretched tight as a drum. I need my triple chin and my cellulite skin scraping off and chucking in the bin. Scrape it off, chuck it in the bin. I say I need all my shit scraping off into the bin. Thank you. My bowel is catatonic, so I think I'm messing you up now with the time. Yes, sorry. So I think I need colonic. But it sounds a bit demonic to me. Demonic colonic, not my cup of tea. Demonic colonic is not for me. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Woe is me. Brilliant, well done, Horsham. Plastic surge on me. Maybe the only answer me. I ain't got the money, so it's just not funny. I ain't got the money, so it's just not funny for me. Whoopsie day. Still can't play this for the time. Can't stop now, cause it's not too fun. Plastic surgery. Hold on. Very much. Do you want to hear the shit EU song? Yeah, because it's very topical. It's not very good, but it's, you know, I wrote it very quickly in a couple of days and this afternoon. So I'm going to have to revert because I only wrote it this afternoon. I don't stand a chance. Couldn't even remember Alex's name. Do we have anybody who'd like to just volunteer to hold this for me? Come on, darling. Oh, he's a lovely lad. I knew you'd do that for me. Thank you, Kate. But you're okay for the first two because this is as was. Bearing in mind, you know. We all make mistakes. Anyway, yeah. So I'll just do the first two, and then I'll send you in with that. Okay. Well, no, don't go away. We haven't got time for that. Jesus, we're running out of time. Stay there. Just sort of like jig along if you like. Yeah, it's great. We can go busking later. Right, here we go. This is my EU blues. Oh, we. Such a load of doggy-doo, oh we, nobody knew just what to do. Nobody knew whether to go out or in. Nobody knew what's true from what's been. Nobody knew if you were... Hang on a minute, I forgot, I've got to ask it. Is that Nan? Is that Steve? Is that hello, darling? How are you? Are you alright, babe? I'm really sorry, but this word is relevant. It is necessary for this song. I'm singing about politicians, you know. So, yeah, I'll put some money in after, but if you could just go la la la, just block your ears, that'd be good. I'm going to have to do that again now, sorry. Right. Yeah, I'm sure. Although maybe not with this word. Anyway. Oh shit, I'm gonna have to go. Sorry, I'll do that quick again. Oh, we such a load of doggy-doo. Oh, we nobody knew just what to do. Nobody knew whether to go out or in. Nobody knew what's true from what's been. Nobody knew if you were worth a punt. Cause all the politicians are lying cunts. Yes, they're lying cunts. They really are lying cunts. Oh, we you. I don't think I wanna be in you. Oh, we you. Pricks and Brussels telling us what to do. Not yet. Oh shit, I forgot what I'm doing now. What to do? Yeah, oh god. Oh shit, we haven't got the words for that one. Briggs must tell us what to do. Yeah. Oh, that's right. You're taking all the money and I don't know what for, while the NHS is lying on the floor. I really think believing you would be for the best, cause I really hate the Eurovision Song Contest. The Eurovision Song Contest. It's just not worth all of the rest of their shit. Okay. Brilliant. Thank you. Oh, we Oh shit, now what are we gonna do? The pound is already falling through the floor, and David Cameron is going out of the door. We're gonna end up with Boris Johnson in charge, but no one is as happy as Nigel Farage. Fucking Nigel Farage. It's probably part of the plan, surely. Oh UK, oh UK, you've gonna got your own Independence Day. Oh UK, soon only England and Wales will stay. We'll have to change our name to Wangland, but I'm not sure we're gonna be a happy band. The country's gonna change, but we don't know how. And who's gonna do all the shit jobs now? Who's gonna do the shit jobs now? Who's gonna do the shit jobs now? I see you, everybody.
Fuck, I better be good after that. Oh dear, well ladies and gentlemen, you having a good night so far? Yes! Fantastic. Well ladies and gentlemen, obviously most of you here know me, but for those of you that don't know me, I am Stephen Foster. I'm 26 years of age. It's actually very hard being a comedian at such a young age. I'm very restricted in terms of my material. I can't joke about a lot of things that older comedians can. For example, I can't tell jokes about having sex with girls half my age. Slightly frowned upon. Interesting fact about me as well, my penis is in fact the same length as 2 Staples pens. Oh, and a band from Staples. But it's been a good year for me, ladies and gentlemen. I've passed my driving test now. I know. Yeah, no, it's been going really, really well. But how I fucking passed, I do not know. I arrived at my driving test only to discover I had a female driving instructor. I got into the car right before we begin. Adjust your seat, adjust your mirrors, pop on your belt, then we can start. Apparently I was patronising her. How I passed a fucking miracle, I tell you. I was in the car about 5 minutes into the test. We came to these traffic lights and went straight into the back of the car in front of me. This dwarf got out, walked up to my window, he said, "I'm not happy." So which one are you then? Oh, I don't know whether you know, ladies and gentlemen, but you know you get those things on Facebook, don't you now? The Facebook memories that come up. I got one the other day. It's now 2 years since the Ice Bucket Challenge. Do we all remember that? Yeah. Do we all, everyone do that?
Yeah.
What was that, sorry?
Titanic did.
Titanic did? Well, I'm glad your missus did it.
She went down.
I wasn't referring to her weight, just her vagina. She's actually here, this mic isn't on. But no, 2 years, ladies and gentlemen. It's been 2 years since the Ice Bucket Challenge, and I thought, you know, it was really, really nice to see the celebrities getting involved as well, you know, raising more money. Joan Rivers did the Ice Bucket Challenge, only she slipped and kicked it instead. I think the only good thing to come out of her death is the fact that Madame Saunce can have her body back. And if that's too much for you, you're going to fucking hate the rest of the show. That's just a warm-up. Katie Price, bless her, she raised more money than any other celebrity in the Ice Bucket Challenge. Took a week to empty her bucket, people kept donating. I'll tell you what though, this is quite funny. My friend, he's a big, big fan of Katie Price, and before Christmas she was doing her first ever panto, and he had some tickets to go, and he said, "Do you want to come to see his panto?" I thought, well, it's fucking free, so I'll go along. Anyway, worst panto ever, 5 minutes in, someone shouted, "He's behind you!" She was on her knees, knickers down. Got to the end of the show, my mate, big fan, he wanted to meet her, so we went round to the stage door, we waited there for about half an hour. She came out and there was this homeless guy sat there begging for money. She gave him 5p. I said, "Fuck's sake, 5p, is that what you can give? You're a celebrity, you can give more than that." She said, "Well, it's the only way I get called a tight cunt nowadays." It's that word, isn't it? Women don't like that word, do you? You don't like that word, do you? No, I know you don't. I think I know why, it's because you've got one. There he is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you a cunt, sir. I'm sure you don't have the depth and capacity to give pleasure. I'm joking. Anyone else want to come and sit down the front? There we go. So that's warmed you up a bit for what's to come later on. So I like doing some of the clean jokes. We'll start off with some silly gags. We up for a few silly gags? Yeah. Brilliant. Oh, it's like pantomime, isn't it? We're up for some silly gags? Yay! Fantastic. Oh dear. Well, I was painting my bedroom the other day in just under 5 minutes using vinyl. I think that's some sort of record. It's very sad, but I never did get my dream job as a theatre sound technician. Aww. But then I'm not one to complain. I had to dump a pair of conjoined twins. I said, it's not you, it's you. I hate those jokes that rely on a visual element to be enjoyed. I've had it up to here with them. If anyone ever tells you that they've lost their voice, they're lying. The most common surname in China is Chang. Correct me if you think it's Wong. I was out shopping the other day, I was in Sainsbury's, and I was stood at the cash point. This cashier, she said to me, is that a real £20 note? So I hope so, I paid a tenner for it. Outside the shop, before I went in, there was this old lady stood at the cash point. She asked if I'd help check her balance, so I pushed her over. I don't know if it's just me that does this when I go food shopping, but I always try and give myself a budget, and I always go way over that budget. Everyone else do this? Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? Yeah. I went food shopping the other week at Sainsbury's, and I got to the checkout, and the trolley was literally overflowing. There was food falling onto the floor. As I knelt down to pick something up, I spotted this little old lady stood behind me. She had a little packet of biscuits and some tea bags. I said, is that what you've got, love? She smiled. She said, yes, dear. I said, oh, we might want to go to another till when I'm going to be fucking ages. I'll tell you what, one of the things I love about doing this job is you get asked to do all sorts of different things that you wouldn't usually do. Only the other week I was asked to do a charity disco for women that had lost their legs. That dance floor was crawling with family. Looked like it had been attacked by slugs. It was. I once fucked a girl with an artificial leg. I suppose on reflection it would be better if I'd used my cock. They say the best way to get rid of an unwanted erection is to think of your parents having sex. Unless, of course, you're from Norfolk. That joke works better here than it does in Norfolk. I remember when I first turned 18, one of the first things I wanted to get done was to have a tattoo done, and I remember my mum saying, no, you're not doing it, I'm not having that. I said, well, I'm sorry, but I'm 18 now, I'm going to get it done. She said, well, where? I said, I'm having it on my arm. She said, no. If you're going to get a tattoo done, get it done somewhere that doesn't matter. So I got it done in Crawley. Anyone in from Crawley? Fuck it, we'll carry on. I saw a thing on Facebook the other day. Apparently Facebook is now available in 70 different languages, which I think is great. It means the whole of Crawley can use it. Crawley, the only place where a girl can be both jailbait and a MILF. Where Anne Summers has a back-to-school department. I was sat at home the other day and I had this knock on the front door. Someone was banging on the front door. Went down there was this lady stood there. She said, "You've got to help me!" I said, "All right, love, what's the matter?" She said, "Oh, my dog's missing. He's been missing all day." I said, "Well, I'm busy. I'm going out in a minute." She said, "Look, if you help me find him, I'll let you fuck my fanny all night long." I said, "All right, well, what does it look like?" She said, "It's a big black fluffy thing." I passed. I remember when my mum was pregnant with me, during pregnancy, she smoked constantly. Don't get me wrong, I don't condone it. We've all done a lot of things we regret when we're drunk. Some of you may be with one of them this evening. He told me I only had 6 months left to live. I killed him violently with his own pencil. Did me some good though, got me 20 years. I tried skimming 30 stones across a pond, but she just sank. Some advice for the men in the audience. Do you know that if you masturbate whilst in the bath, you could save yourself £300 a year on toilet roll and socks? Well, I say that, last year it cost me £16,000 in my job at the plumbing centre. Last year, when me and my partner set off on a romantic holiday together, we spoke about all the kinky things we wanted to do to each other. He said to me, I've never been handcuffed. So I planted a kilo of cocaine in his suitcase. Child obesity is at an all-time high at the moment. It's now got so bad, even my uncle's had to get a bigger van. What? I bet you do. Fucking hell. Just word of warning, I think you know your girlfriend's too young for you if you've got to make the aeroplane noise, just get your cock in her mouth. Okay. Friendly advice then. I was in a toilet the other day and I saw a piece of chewing gum in a urinal. I thought, that must have hurt. I'm creating a website, a dating website for Siamese twins. It's called Connect 4. I was thinking the other day, it's a real shame that Anne Frank never got a chance to see the Home Alone films. And come on, that could have been a real game changer. Oh, I always remember my ex-girlfriend saying to me once, she said, do something really dirty to me. So I did. Shit in a handbag. Oh, dear. They say that old people are technophobic, but not my granddad. He can't live without his computer. Then again, he's on life support. I always remember being really nervous, having to pop the big question to my girlfriend's dad. Turns out he's not gay. My porn star friend recently died, so as a mark of respect, we had his ashes scattered over his wife's face. Here's a question for all the guys in the audience tonight. Have any of the guys here tonight ever tried having a wank with a dead arm? Yeah. Yeah, you have. I'm glad it's not just me, it's watching in between. You thought, fuck it, I'm going to go and try that. Well, I did. I had a wank with a dead arm, and I have to say, it felt amazing. But apparently, I ruined that funeral. 100th birthday, and I asked her, I said, what's the secret to living such a long life? And she said, lots of birthdays. I walked out the front door the other day, got to the gate, there was a sign outside. It said, will you dig in this road? I thought, thanks, I like it too. Oh dear, one of my friends, Katie, one of my best friends, she's a dwarf, and she's staying with me at the moment. She said to me the other day, it was quite sad, she said, Stephen, I need to talk to you about this. I'm fed up with you making all these jokes about me for my size and the way I look. It's becoming rather upsetting, and if it carries on, I'm going to have to find somewhere else to stay. I felt so bad, ladies and gentlemen. She's a great friend, so I thought I'm going to make this up to her once and for all. So I went out, I bought her a bottle of wine, bought her favourite DVD box set, bunch of flowers, bought some chocolate. I thought when she comes home, we'll open that bottle of wine, we'll get a takeaway, we'll put that favourite DVD box set of hers on, and then I'll go upstairs, and I'll run her a nice hot sink. I'm not going to tell another dwarf joke, I wouldn't stoop that low. Oh dear. I like old jokes, some of those old jokes that you hear in pubs. I'll tell you a couple of my favourites. Do you want to hear a couple of my favourite ones? Yeah. These are sort of the things my dad used to tell me that I just stuck with me. But there was a story about this guy who he goes out one day, he goes out on the lash, gets absolutely fucking wrecked. He comes home, he's got to sit down himself, and his missus goes absolutely fucking
fucking berserk at him. She says, "You're never going out again." A couple of weeks later, he's invited out with the lads. He says, "Look, mate, I can't come out, not after the last time." She went fucking mental. And his mate said to him, he said, "Well, look, mate, I've got an idea. What you do, put 20 quid in your top pocket, and if you throw up over yourself again, you end up in that state, just tell her that someone threw up over you, you're not drunk, someone threw up over you, and they gave you £20 as a sorry to pay for the dry cleaning." So he thinks, yeah, it's a fucking brilliant idea. So he went out on the lash, got absolutely rat-arsed. 3 o'clock in the morning, he gets back home, falls through the front door, his wife's standing there. She said, "Where the fucking hell have you been? Why are you covered in sick?" And he said, "Before you get moody, it is not my fault. I walked Dave home because he wasn't very well and he threw up on me, but he's given me £20 in my top pocket to pay for the dry cleaning. Have a look." So she pulled some money out of the top pocket. She said, "There's 40 here." I said, "Well, yeah, he's shit in my pants as well." See, one of my favourites. It was one that my dad told me. This old man goes to the doctor and he said, "I'm really, really worried. I don't think I can ejaculate properly, doctor." So the doctor said, "Well, okay, sir. Well, what I'll do, I'll give you this jam jar. I want you to go home, come back in an hour or two with a specimen for me." So the old man goes home. 2 hours later, he goes back to the doctor's surgery. And he gave him an empty jar. The doctor looked at it, he said, "What's happened here then?" He said, "Well, I got home, and first I tried with my right hand, but nothing. So I tried with my left hand, but nothing. So when I got my wife in, she tried with her right hand, because that's her good arm, but nothing. And then with her left, still nothing. She tried putting it between her knees, nothing. So then we called on Doris." He said, "Doris? Who's Doris?" He said, "Our neighbour. So she tried first with one hand, then with both hands. Then she tucked it under her armpit." He said, "Under her armpit?" "Yes. And then she tried with her mouth, teeth in and teeth out. But she still couldn't get the lid off the fucking jar." Two gay guys are in the shower together and they're canoodling and doing all the things that they do. And one of them, the phone rings, and one of them said to the other one, he said, "Look, whatever you do, don't finish without me. I've got to go and take this phone call. I'll be right back." So he goes and takes the phone call. 5 minutes later, he returns to the bathroom. There's spunk up the walls, on the ceiling, on the floor. He said, "I thought I told you not to finish without me." He said, "I didn't. I farted."
I knew that one from France.
This elderly couple in this care home. Joan walked in to see her husband John being wanked off by Iris. She went, "John! What's going on? What's Iris got that I haven't?" He said, "Parkinson's." Oh, dear, ladies and gentlemen, we're almost at the end of the show now. We're having a good time?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Oh dear. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to finish up now. I haven't done this for a while because I'm pretty fed up with doing it. I've done it for the last 4 years. But every time I do a show, there's always someone that will message me and say, "Can you do Rindasella, please?" So, do we want to hear Rindasella?
Yeah.
It is like Panther, isn't it? Well, fuck you, sir. It's like the EU referendum, isn't it? You're outvoted. But no, ladies and gentlemen, when I was at school, I was bullied. I know. I was bullied because of my dyslexia. I was so dyslexic. I'd be asked to I'd be made to read things out in front of my class, and I'd get everything the wrong way round, and people would bully me. And recently, my doctor said, "You must learn a script and perform that to your audience." And I said, "But they'll laugh at me." He said, "They won't laugh, they'll support you." So for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I've written a pantomime. Do you want to hear it?
Yes!
It's called Rindasella. Once upon a time, there lived a little girl called Rindasella, who lived with her sticked wet mother and her 2 sugly blisters. Rindas worked hard all day, flubbing straws, weaning clinders, and shivelling shut. In fact, the rest of the day, Rindas was cucking fackard. Now, the two sugly blisters were right bugly bastards, and their names were Mary Hinge and Betty Swallocks. And they had tickets to go to a ball, but they'd not let Rinders go. No. In fact, the only friend of Rinders was Buttons, and he was not talking to Rinders because she wouldn't cut his sock. Later that night, Rinders was out all alone, when all of a sudden there was a bucking fig bang and Shinders writ herself. "Don't be afraid," said the woman. "I'm your Gary Fodmother, and you shall go to the ball." And with the wave of her magic wand, she turned this mixed spice into a hucking fuge carriage. "Maisto, cucking fighty," she cried. "It's a mucking miracle." But the Gary Fodmother told Rinders, "You must be back by midnight, or there'll be a cucking catastrophe." Later that night, Rinders was at the ball and she was dancing with the Pransome Hints. He'd been there since 8 o'clock and was fistas apart. The Pransome Hints walked up to Rinders and he whispered into her ear, "Shan't a frag." But suddenly the clock struck 12 and Rinders pucking panicked. She ran out of the hall and she fell bast on the hollocks. The Pransome Hints cried out to Rinders. He shouted, "Bum cack! Bum cack! Oh, bum cack!" I never even got a Joe blob. He then bent over and he spotted a slast clipper on the step. He picked it up and he said, "Whoever this clipper slits, I shall marry." Well, the following day he tried the slast clipper on Betty Swallocks, but she pushed so hard she let out a fig bart. "Oh, that strucking rinks, you Bertie dastard!" cried the Pransome Hints. He then tried the slast clipper on Rinders' cellar, where it sitted pucking perfectly. With this, the Pransome Hints was overjoyed, and taking hold of Rinders' hand, he dragged her up the stairs and he bragged her shames out. And Pete's been making love all over the castle. You could hear the love, the screams, the ecstasy. Fucking doggy fashion. "Pumpkin my space, you Bertie dastard!" cried Rinders. And soon after, Rinders and the Pransome Hints got married, and Rinders had 8 children and a foaling swanny. And she lived happily ever after. The end. Cheers. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say you've been a fantastic audience, and I want to thank you all for coming out tonight, because I mean, the tour that I've been on this year, it's been an amazing tour. I've been doing this for a few years now, but this year's has been one of the best by far, and I could not keep doing it without the support of all of you. So thank you all so much for coming out, and I hope you've had a really enjoyable evening. Before I finish, ladies and gentlemen, I mentioned earlier on that I am doing a charity tour later this year. I lost my dad, as some of you might know, not long ago to cancer. In November, I'll be touring with a David Bowie tribute to raise money for Macmillan Cancer Support, who actually helped my dad through his cancer. What I want to do, just to finish up, just for a bit of fun, I think should we all have a bit of a sing-song? Yeah. Are we all up for that? Yes. Okay, so, I mean, this is a song that is obviously in the David Bowie tribute set. It's a bit more upbeat than the one I opened with, so one that I think you'll all know. My throat's fucking dried, and I feel like I'm being choked by this tie. It's lucky I'm not wearing a belt, I was just turning into sausages. But ladies and gentlemen, we'll sing this one together, and then we'll finish up with a few shit gags and end it there. But thanks once again.
Hey guys, so I'm just on my, well, we've just finished the show, headed to a bar for a little bit, but I wasn't really feeling it, so we're on our way back. Now, I know that Steve and Callum are actually coming back later, after they finish at the bar, so they won't be long before they'll be leaving. They'll head back, and then we might carry on drinking tonight, so it might be a messy one for tomorrow, but I've got a few things planned for tomorrow as well, and I've got to be up at a reasonable time, so could be weird, could be awkward, but hey ho, we'll see. And yeah, I'll catch back with you guys when I'm home. So I'm home now. Haven't heard back from the guys yet, so I'm not sure where they are. I've been back for a little bit now, so been watching a few things and all that, but if they don't get back anytime soon, I'm probably going to go to bed because I'm knackered and I just can't deal with waiting up at the moment, especially as how tired I am. So I'm probably going to wrap up the vlog next time I record, but I'll let you know. See you in a second. Hey guys, so I'm going to end the vlog here. I hope that you enjoyed everything that happened today. I hope you enjoyed the show that I went to. I got a bit of the recordings there. Started running out of battery part way through, so I didn't want to waste it all and just run out of battery because then I wouldn't be able to record part way through. But I'm going to put the links in the description to both the people, Steve again and everyone else that was in the video. Now, I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button down below, comment, subscribe, let me know what you're thinking, and peace out.